Hey guys, it's me, Carissa. So welcome to my very first do-it-yourself video. Hopefully in the future I'll be making more videos like this and other lifestyle videos. I kind of just wanted to throw this out there to see the kind of reaction that I got and see if you guys like it. So as you all know, a few weeks ago I posted a picture of a wreath that looked like this. This was the wreath that I posted. Not exactly the same, but very similar. With something like this, a DIY like this, you're able to customize the design, the flowers, the hose. You could change the color even if you wanted to. With this wreath, I really wanted to just do something that was springy and exciting, and I was scrolling through Pinterest and I saw this and I was like, whoa, that would be super easy to make. In the beginning of the video, I do give you a sample of all the supplies that I used, and hopefully you can find your own supplies that are similar to or something that's more your taste. I'm going to be giving this one to my grandma, so I really wanted to make sure that it came out really cute and it was something that I would be proud to walk up to my grandma's house and see hanging on her door. So with that being said, you do not have to poke and prod at yours as much as I did. You don't have to use the same color flowers, you don't have to use the same color gloves. If you wanted to add in like gardening tools or use like a bright pink hose, there were so many fun things that I saw when I was shopping for this, but I just wanted to do something that was very simple that anyone could recreate, and then you guys could go from there. So here's how you're going to do it, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Okay guys, let's go over the supplies that you're going to be needing. The first thing I grabbed was my gardening gloves. I picked up an orange pair from Walmart for about $3. The hot glue gun is optional. I'm just really picky about the way that things are splayed out, and I like to make sure everything's in perfect place. The marker is optional too. I just used it to mark my ribbon. So I got a roll of ribbon, and I have my scissors to cut the ribbon and the bouquet of flowers up. The bouquet that I chose is actually some corals, some yellow, some orange, and pop of blue. Those are just springtime colors to me. You can choose your own preference. The white flowers are more of fillers, just to kind of put loosely wherever I need them. And the hose that I got was a 15-foot hose. There was a 6-foot, but it just seemed like it would be a little bit small for like an actual wreath. So those are the supplies. Let's get started. Okay, so the very first step is taking apart your hose. So what you'll actually see me doing here is taking all these little tie-offs and sticking them to the side. That's because I decided that I was going to use the tie-offs that came with the hose to actually put like the flowers in place and keep the hose in place in the shape that I wanted. You could obviously use something else, maybe some baker's twine or whatever it is that's like your personal preference, but these I thought would work best for me. Now what you're going to see me doing is shaping the actual hose in the way that I wanted it to be set up for the wreath. I put literally no thought into this before I started making this video. I wasn't really thinking about the shape. I was just like going to throw it together. But once I pulled it out of its case, I really wanted it to like look really nice. So I like things to be kind of asymmetrical, so I decided to put both ends kind of in the same general direction. Okay, well, enough of me playing around with that. Let's skip on to the next part. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is just cutting apart my bouquet and getting things exactly the way that I like them. I ended up using a dull pair of shears that I have, but if I was you, I would use some wire cutters or something along those lines because it was pretty hard for me. So what I'm doing is just cutting apart the flowers that I know I'm going to use, that I might use, just any possibility. I obviously am not a florist, and I have no clue what actually looks good and what doesn't, but I just kind of went like on my own little thoughts and did what I thought I would like the best. Now we're going to be cutting apart the white flowers. This is kind of boring, and I just did it so you could see this step of the process. Now I'm going to be tying together the hose. So what you're going to want to do is just group it as well as you can. I really like these ties, you guys, because they actually make the hose stick together really well. They're nice and sturdy, and they're not super obnoxious. I'm going to cover these really well with the gloves and the flowers like you guys are going to see pretty soon. So now what I'm doing is figuring out how I want the flowers to go in here and just kind of putting them in there. So, like I said earlier, I have absolutely no experience as a florist, as a botanist in the floral industry. I just kind of piece things together the way that I liked them. One thing that I really like about fake flowers is they are on like a wire stem for the most part, and you can kind of play with those and work those around the way that you want them to look. So I'm doing this piece by piece. All that I'm doing is putting them inside of the wires that I had already tied onto the hose to kind of get it into its shape. Piece by piece, I'm just kind of layering these in here, and the white flowers actually ended up doing a really good job as a filler. Like I said, I'm pretty picky about the way that I like my flowers and the way that I like just things in general to look. So it's probably going to be a long process of me layering these up and getting them in here as I like. But like I said, this is all personal preference, and you can really set them in there however you like them to look. So this could probably end up taking a while. So what we're going to do is just kind of fly through this. And another thing that I wanted to mention is I trimmed off a lot of the excess greenery on the flowers. For me, it's just a personal preference. I didn't want it to be too full, but I didn't want it to look too bare. So I just kind of went through and like pulled and snipped and took off the little extra leaves and stuff that I didn't want on there. If you like a lot of green, you can leave a lot of green. But like I said, this bouquet is really personal preference. I don't like a dirty workspace, so of course I had to clean up all my trash. Okay, now that that's done, let's get started doing the next part. Oh, okay, actually, never mind. Like I said, I'm a little bit picky about the way things look. So what I'm doing at this point is taking the extra pieces from the twist off and just kind of tucking them underneath the backside of the wreath so they're not very obvious. Now what I'm going to be doing is getting my ribbon together and getting ready to cut that and lay it all out. So now that I have my ribbon kind of laid out the way that I like it, I'm going to cut it and mark it because, as you guys are slowly finding out, I'm super picky about the way that things are laid out. I guess that's just the fabricator in me. So I actually also ended up using double this amount of ribbon that I laid out. Once I tied it, I realized it just looked kind of frumpy, and it didn't look, as full and as long and pretty as I wanted it to. So now I'm going in with the extra long, as you can see, ribbon. I'm kind of fluffing things up again, letting my OCD get the best of me. The gloves I laid out, and I just kind of played around with them until I figured out what I really liked. Like I said, personal preference is everything. If I had to do it over again, I would have probably grabbed a different color set of gloves to just kind of stick apart, but these are the ones that I grabbed, and for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out. So once you get it on there, you're going to kind of notice that the gloves a little bit squish the flowers, but that's why I'm just kind of frumping things around and fixing things up. As you can tell, I'm just tying a regular knot. If you guys want, I will put a link in the description box on how to tie a bow so that you guys can see for yourself if you need help doing that. This is just something that I didn't think about, actually tutorialing, I don't know, doing for you guys, doing a tutorial for you guys. So I'm just kind of playing with it, and then what you'll see me do is snip it and get it to the right length. At this point, I take a step back to look at my work and just kind of see what things look like. And as you guys know, I am a little bit picky, so I'm going to warm up my hot glue gun now. So now that my hot glue gun is nice and hot, I'm just taking the pieces of the ribbon that are kind of like sticking up and not really sitting as pretty, and I'm just kind of smushing them back onto the gloves and just kind of trying to like make everything look really even and pretty and ribbony, I guess. Remember to be careful because this is kind of hot. Actually, hot glue guns are very hot. I don't know why I'm saying kind of, but you get the drill. I'm just waiting for it to dry, and then I kind of take another step back, realize that the flowers are not exactly like I liked them. I'm taking a peek, and let's see what's happening. So I kind of decided to go in with another set of the blue little flowers and take some of the white filler flowers and use them to kind of put in the gloves, kind of like they were holding them. It's kind of cheesy, I know, but I thought it would be really cute. So re-fluffing, re-getting things situated again, and now by the end of this video, I'm pretty sure that it's exposed that I have a slight OCD. I kind of feel like the OCD paid off though, guys. Looking at this video and the ending, I'm really glad with the way that it turned out. If I could have done anything differently, I probably would have put some of the blue flowers on the right side of the bouquet as well, but that's okay because it looks great anyways. This is a close-up of the way that things turned out. I used those white filler flowers in the back to kind of push things forward and to give another layer of dimension to the bouquet. So here's the finished product. My flash is on so you can see every little detail, and I'm really proud with the way this came out, you guys.
So thanks for watching my first do-it-yourself video. I'm really excited for all things that are going to be coming to this channel. I have a couple more Easter slash springy projects that I'm working on right now that I'm actually filming. So if this video was too long or it wasn't detailed enough or there was too much details, let me know in the comments below, or let me know the next time you see me, or feel free to contact me on Facebook and let me know really how you felt about this tutorial, because like I said, this is my first time ever making a tutorial video. I've always made like short little blurbs on Facebook and short little videos on Facebook, but it's not something that I want to make a big deal out of or something that I'm looking to make a career out of, but it is something that I'm really excited to do, and I really hope can kind of help people to see different things that you can do and cheap little finds and fun little things that you can do. So like I said, I have 2 more projects going on right now, and if you guys want to see a tutorial about how to do them, let me know. My next video is probably not going to be a DIY. It's probably going to be more of like a getting to know me or like a welcome to my channel video. I don't know, I haven't really thought about it yet, but you guys can look forward to some amazing videos here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Bye-bye!